Hello, everyone, and welcome to an episode to be named later. It's 12:08 in the morning, and Chris Ranger got a hankering to do an episode.
You say it like I had to just have some woman or something. I just grabbed some growl. Like I had a hankering. Like,
well, I just thought like you were, you got all hot and bothered like Biff Tannen after he looks at Ooh La La.
Ooh, I grabbed somebody. Oh, you, come here, come over here.
I don't care anything that moves. It's been a while. How are you doing?
I am well.
Yeah. What are you drinking over there? It looked like a very large can.
I gotta say, the German people make great beer.
The Germans?
Yes.
You're a German lad, aren't you?
I am part German.
Yeah.
And they don't just make 16-ounce cans. They make 16.9-ounce cans.
Yeah, it looks like sounds like you had about 9 of those cans.
They give you they give you plenty. And
they do.
It's damn good beer and it's cheap. Damn it. I'm drinking foreign beer that's cheap. Who knew?
Oh my god. I drank a 40-ounce last weekend.
I'm drinking Wollitzers.
Wollitzers? I'm drinking a Rolling Rock. Which, by the way, man, I was watching Deer Hunter the other day.
Did you kill
And
yourself?
they drink a shitload of Rolling Rock in that movie.
No shit.
Yeah.
And
like a lot, and it's the Pop Tops.
Also by Wollitzers, and we are not sponsors of Wollitzers, but I'm just...
Well, we're not sponsoring them. They're not sponsoring us. They don't even know who we are.
They have Brunonia.
Oh, yeah?
Brunonia Premium Lager Beer, and it tastes like Heineken, but it's not as bitter.
Very nice.
So that'll just tell you right there that it's all in the name. Because it's probably kind of better. But no one's buying any fucking Brunonia beer.
Oh,
and
man.
It's way cheaper.
It's way cheaper. So what else is going on? How is your quarantine going?
It's like life hasn't even changed. I didn't really went out anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the biggest thing is I went to the supermarket like maybe twice a week to pick a couple things up.
Yeah.
But my wife doesn't want me to do that, and she orders everything. And
you get it delivered?
We get it delivered, and then if we really need something, she goes out for stuff. But I mean, I still go and get my beer because I have, we have necessities.
Well, yeah.
It's essentials, damn it.
Yeah, you got to get the essentials, yeah. I can tell you that I am well stocked on all of my herbs.
All of your herbs.
Yeah, all my herbs.
So, like, your medicinal, to make, like, herbs in, like, Resident Evil?
Those
kind of herbs?
Yeah, I've got,
to
greens,
cure yourself
reds, blues.
From zombie bites?
Yeah, poison and such when, if you run into anything that has poison.
Dog attacks.
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing a bit here, folks.
It's a thing.
It's a thing we do. Oh man, so we've got no movie.
No,
we're not doing that.
We haven't done a movie.
No, this is just more like an update. What's going on in the life of a video ranger? Not a whole lot.
I mean, I'm looking at your setup, Mike.
Yeah.
And it's like almost as if like you got a 10-speed bike, and I just pulled up with a Huffy.
What's wrong with the Huffy?
Like a 5-year-old Huffy at a garage sale. Like you can't exactly see my setup, but it's like Mike looks all professional, and he's got like this big old back room of movies and video games. He's got 2 television screens.
Two television sets.
2 TVs? Oh, he's just kidding you. No one's got 2 TVs.
Oh, honey, no one has 2 television sets. I love that.
I got a fucking window.
Well, you got a Chris Ranger doll behind you.
Yeah, and you're nobody until you have a doll of yourself.
Oh, that's true.
And so my son made his way into here, and he wanted that doll.
Yeah.
He screamed and whined for her, and he got his daddy doll.
Yeah.
And then
so he's got a daddy doll.
And then he wanted his Mike.
That's pretty cool.
And then he wanted his Mike Ranger doll.
Well, that's because Mike Ranger looks like, a rescue victim.
And then he got rid of those, and he wanted the Captain America bobblehead and the Darth Vader bobblehead. So if they break, I'm sorry, Mike.
Oh, I don't care.
I will replace them.
No, you don't have to replace them.
But here are his new toys. And his favorite toy is the Roddy Piper old 1985 wrestling doll. That doesn't move.
Chew on it.
He loves that doll.
Yeah. That's a good one. I had those.
His favorite thing is something from the 80s.
Oh, so you've been watching anything lately?
The news.
The news?
That's not what you wanted to hear.
No, I was hoping that you got to see like some fantastic episode of Different Strokes. Or maybe a really good episode of Grace Under Fire.
Grace Under Fire. Oh man!
Oh my god! Remember that show?
It was like
she drank herself out of a series.
That was like the really white trash Roseanne show.
That's they were going like for. They made Lanford look like Westchester.
Midwest, but way more white trashy show with the single mother, 2 kids.
They're eating Franks and beans.
Maybe not, things are still gonna work out, but it was just like, white trash show extravaganza. And then the show came to a complete
white
stop.
Trash shows were big.
Because Grace was under fire.
Well, she had a bunch of those German beers.
Was it alcohol?
And here we are with our first fuck up of the day. It was actually a painkiller addiction. Kind of like Kelsey Grammer in the 90s.
Oh, he was on the appropriate show.
Yeah, well. Getting busted for cocaine.
Cocaine in dreams. Oh, I mean, a cocktail in dreams. Excuse me.
Cocktails and Dreams.
It's
the best name for a bar. It's not a good name for a bar.
It's a terrible
it fucking
name.
Sucks. I remember that when he suggested that. We're talking about cocktail for those in the audience.
I don't know. It's not good. It's like
I fucking hate that.
I really
name.
don't like it either.
And I like Cocktail. I like the movie. I don't love it, but I like it. I think there's some issues with it. Mainly, the name of the club. Cocktails and Dreams. Oh yeah,
it's hokey.
It's so 80s.
It's so hokey.
Ugh. It's so neon sign. That is
definitely something I could see something being named it and it gets changed by like 96.
Yeah, after like somebody sees
sense.
it and says, "Fuck it, what are you doing?" Cocktails and Dreams.
Come on, Tom. So like Joe when they pitched the movie, Joe Everyman, and then at the very end his dream comes true. He runs Cocktails and Dreams, like his college paper too. And then he say he wants to run a franchise of bars, like he wants to.
That was his business
he wants
plan.
An Applebee's.
Yeah, that's what he wanted. It was like a TGI Fridays.
He wanted to make Applebee's and TGI Fridays and shenanigans, but called Cocktails and Dreams. Yeah.
And Houlihan's.
Hot Lips Houlihan.
Yeah. Fuck all that, man. I'm trying to bring the Ponderosa back.
Hashtag
Ground Round for life.
Hashtag bring the Ponderosa back. Hashtag diarrhea for life.
I'll tell you why I want the Ponderosa to come back. Because I like buffets, but why does every buffet have to be a Chinese buffet?
Oh, they got Golden Corral.
Yeah, but have you been to a Golden Corral?
Not in several years.
You want to see people that will be dead or lose an arm within the next fucking 3 years? You go to Golden Corral. I mean, You know what? It's like going to the Golden Corral is like the ending of Hamburger the Motion Picture.
Yeah. Yeah, it's honestly it's a real turn off.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is? The food's not that bad. You know, it's salty and shit, and it's not good for you, but it's really not that bad.
It's all microwave food that they just salt the fuck up. That's really all.
Pretty much, man.
I mean, you were.
But I like my food. My food.
Right? Did you microwave a lot of shit when like someone said it was cold or?
Actually, you'd be surprised how much stuff is microwave.
It's a ton. Like Applebee's, like 90% of the menu is microwave.
Yeah. A lot of stuff is cooked ahead of time and portioned out to save time, and sometimes frozen and reheated in, like, started in a microwave and then put in an oven. It's
other than like steaks and burgers.
Yeah.
So order a steak and burger if you go somewhere.
Welcome to the Video Rangers podcast, where we have shifted focus from movies, television, and classic pop culture to eating habits within the American corporate food system chain. Yeah. Give or take. Give or take. Oh, man. Well, I think it's time to roll on over to my second rock. We're going to tap this one here. Everybody, let's say a prayer. I keep hitting the fucking mic. God damn it. You'd think I'd be professional. I mean, look at the lights.
Yeah, it's all purple there.
God
like
damn
your,
it. Yeah, I know. I got
Thanos
it all purple now.
Something.
It's fucking sexy in here. Yeah, I said it.
Sex Panther.
Yeah.
That's you bring your mistress of the night, and then they get real disappointed.
Oh yeah, like when I break out like a Sega CD in a fucking FMV game,
and then your baby starts crying.
Yeah.
And your wife wakes up. Oh yeah.
Yeah. One time I got slapped in the face because I asked this girl if she wanted to play Snatcher. Just came up with that joke on the spot because I was looking at my Sega CD.
I could think of a real story, but it would really embarrass you.
That's okay.
I don't know. I feel bad telling it.
Oh, you feel bad telling me this story?
I know you know it.
Is it about me?
Yeah. Oh, obviously. You know.
What did I do with this?
So, okay.
What did I do with the Snatcher?
We're at a bar, and Mike has broken up with his longtime girlfriend. And I think it's like Christmas time.
Oh, yeah.
So
it was the holidays.
Mike just goes, fuck it.
I got all like fucking Phoebe
drunk.
Cates.
I'm just going to approach someone. And you go to a table like two.
Well, I was having a good time.
You were having a good time.
I was having a good time. I was in a good mood.
And I'm going to pump you up after this, so don't worry about it.
Thanks, man.
So this is like a diagonal from our table. And there's two girls and a guy. Mike just approaches like, fuck it, out of nowhere. And he's like, hey, how you doing? He just says something very simple. And the girl he wasn't talking to said, what do you live with your parents? And I'm like, fucking A. Holy shit. Did she just fucking say that? Like
that's not what she said.
Oh.
She says, oh, does your mom do your laundry? And I was just like, didn't know how to take that.
And this is the other girl. And I'm pretty sure the other guy that was with him was gay.
Yeah, I mean, I really felt, it's kind of down in the dumps because the reality was I kind of was living with my parents.
Mike is down in the dumps at this point. And like I said, but it was like, God damn. Like, where the fuck did that come from? You fucking bitch.
It was thunderous.
Like, all we needed was like, please, no thank you. I'll hang out with my friends. And Mike would have turned around and walked the other way. Because Mike's a nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you mean? I'm not all Biff Tannen.
No, yeah, like, hey, ooh la la here.
Yeah, ooh la la.
Meanwhile,
ooh la la.
Mike is like, if he had a baseball card for like sex things, he'd be like a Triple Crown winner. I'll leave it at that. There's only, and I'll say this: there's only been 2 Triple Crown winners. Is my baseball knowledge right?
I think so. I'm not sure. Oh my god!
I'll leave it at that.
Oh my god!
If you want to,
I don't know if this is.
So,
oh my god!
Hopefully, Mike's wife
this might get edited out. Oh my god!
So, fuck you, strange woman at the bar. You missed out.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't know what she missed out on. Probably like a venereal disease, but yeah. Oh man, I wonder what Cool Hand McConaughey would do.
Cool Hand McConaughey.
Cool Hand McConaughey. Oh my god! You know who gets no action?
I don't know who.
Ben.
Oh come on, Jeremy Miller's doing fine.
Yeah, right. He's got a great cooking show in Japan, but
he's not like ugly.
No, but he sucks. And Ben's a fucking poonhound too, man. You've seen the Halloween episode. Fucking bikini pizza party.
I tell you, they played that really right with like a teenage boy though, who's like just like kind of sex crazed. I kind of like the way that Growing Pains did that with him.
Yeah, unfortunately, they just added Chrissy, and you know.
Well, you need a cute kid.
Yeah, that's debatable.
They really didn't need her.
No, you don't
honestly.
need a cute kid. They all think you need the cute kid.
They followed the formula.
I mean, even at one point, The Facts of Life decided, you know, like 7 or 8 seasons in, to add like a younger kid into the show, which is interesting.
2 of them.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
at that point, they were like,
Blair's autistic cousin. I can't. Nah, she wasn't autistic. She was something else.
No, she did. She had
like cerebral palsy.
Yeah, she had a cousin that had that, but that's
but
in
she
the
was
first couple seasons though. She's the same age.
No, she's in like tons of seasons.
Yeah,
and
she does a bunch of episodes.
Comedy.
She's a comedian.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's some of the worst stuff. We should probably cover some of that.
Her jokes are shit. Like, it was almost like let's just throw a handicapped person in here because it will make us look a certain way. But her jokes are shit.
Do you know any of her jokes offhand?
It was like.
I want to hear this.
It was like Blair, Blair would say, I've been shopping like way too much. Like, yeah, of course, Blair.
Of course, Blair, you love to shop.
Yeah, it was shit like that. It was like terrible.
Somebody asked me what my job was. I told them I was a ballerina. And it's funny because that's like impossible.
The kid I hated the kid, I think, more, though, maybe, because he was just like...
What kid? The younger kid? The kid from Garbage Pail Kids?
Yeah, Sean Astin's brother.
Yeah, that dude.
Because they just love to put him in cringe spots. Because, like, it was like this 13-year-old kid with, like, 4, like... Or 5 women, and 4 of them are, like 23 years old or older.
You know what, dude? Honestly, man, once Miss Garrett left, I'm just not interested anymore.
You checked out.
You know, the only thing that and it's so funny because I now have the complete series of Facts of Life. I own every single episode, plus a couple of the made-for-TV movies. And I still have yet to pop in, fucking what's her name, losing her virginity.
Oh, Natalie?
Natalie. I gotta see it.
Not put that in.
I don't know.
Have you seen the
I figured I should. Which one?
She's boy crazy over the concert. I can't remember who it is. It's like Beatles mania over some guy who's it's a real.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
Celebrity.
I haven't seen every episode. I've seen, I watched the first 2 seasons so far.
Oh, so it's probably in 3 or 4. It's early.
Yeah.
And it's like Mrs. Garrett says she can't go to a concert, and she's like Beatlemania crazy.
Yeah, so she's like, the monkeys are coming to town, Mrs. Garrett.
Yeah, the monkeys. I can't remember who the fuck it is. You know what? I think it's like Tito Jackson.
We apologize, we're both idiots. It was actually Jermaine Jackson, not Tito Jackson, because on February 3rd, 1982, Season 3, Episode 15, an episode called Starstruck, Tootie is a fan club president for pop star Jermaine Jackson. Joe, on the other hand, was preparing for a fundraiser, which was on the same night of the concert. Blair, however, turned down a date for the fundraiser. Tootie tearfully begs Miss Garrett to take her to the concert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Tito Jackson.
Now I have seen that episode.
And she has
I have.
She has a gift for him, and when she like sneaks her way to the door real quick, and like they bring her in and like bomb, grenade, like they throw her to the side, like it's all like crazy, like they think her package could be like compromised, and then she's allowed in after like test her package that's a gift for Tito. And then it kind of explains how like celebrities live and blah blah blah. It's awful.
Yeah.
She's like Beatlemania. She like loses her fucking mind. Like, fuck you, Mrs. Garrett. I'm going no matter what. I mean, she didn't say that, but she might as well.
Yeah, and Miss Garrett probably handled it like a champ, right? When she came back, she was sympathetic, a little upset.
Of course.
Yeah. I'll tell you what a 180. Compared to a certain episode of The Cosby Show when Mrs. Cosby goes fucking ballistic on fucking Vanessa.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. She scared me.
Fun.
She yelled at her, and I felt like I was in trouble. Like, I went to my room.
She just, like, I don't understand why how Tootie just went. Imagine going somewhere as far away, considering you're going to a concert. So it's got to be at least an hour away, no matter what.
Well, she's in Peekskill. She's probably going into the city.
She went to like the city, or
so
even
an hour.
Javits Center in New Jersey, wherever it might have been, or even Long Island. So now
Jones Beach.
Yeah, Jones Beach to see Billy Joel. And
yep, she's going swimming at Tito's house in his above ground pool.
But the Cosby Show, she lies where she's going, right?
Oh yeah, she's
to
like
Baltimore. They go to
Baltimore. Went to Baltimore. Yeah, holy shit.
I don't know who they went to see.
They went to a concert, didn't they?
Just a concert, but I don't know if it was specified.
Yeah,
I love that. She comes back and Mrs. Cosby goes crazy on her, and Bill. He wants to say something, and he just like he makes the faces like, oh, this is yours, it's all you. Like,
yeah, he backed the fuck off.
But he makes some of the best faces. Like he makes like 2 or 3 faces, like where he's about to say something, and he's like, oh, nope, she's still doing her thing. Now, I mean, no one cares anymore about the Cosby Show anymore.
But you should care because it's so good.
But like it's funny that like he tries to interject for a second, and it's like, oh, and the face he makes to back off is like fucking hilarious. Like, oh yeah, okay, all right, like without saying a word.
That's just such a memorable episode from the Cosby Show. Oh man. Well, I think it's about time that we remind the audience that if they'd like to speak with us, they can email us at videorangerspodcast@gmail.com, or they can just type in Video Rangers Podcast in any search engine, and we'll probably pop up right next to a bunch of copyright claims. Yeah. We're a show. You know what? Actually, this is probably a good time to talk about how you can support the podcast, because we don't want your money, but we don't want your money, but maybe we'll take it, but we don't really.
To me, I'll take your money, because if everyone goes, hey, I'll give you $1, I'll make $1 million, and I'll give you $1 back if you want to do that too. but I want to get my $1 million first.
Yeah. Okay. So,
but I don't want your money.
Yeah, we don't. We're not going to do a Patreon because
your money.
Yeah, and we're not going to do a Patreon because, quite frankly, we just don't have anything extra to offer.
Not at this point.
But yes, but what you can do is go on over to your wherever you listen to podcasts and leave us a review. There is no algorithm to finding podcasts, so reviews kind of help you become a little bit more visible. And speaking of reviews.
Can we take a break before this?
We can take a break.
Piss so bad.
But we're going to come right back and we're going to talk about a recent review right here on the Video Rangers podcast. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Do I need to hit pause or just let it go?
No, we're good.
All right.
No, we're just let it go. I'm going to go get a beer.
All right.
Welcome back to the Video Rangers podcast. Before we left, we were about to get into a recent review that we received. And I don't know exactly what to make of this, but the title of the review is "D Rats Ruin Everything." Had to think about that for a little bit. So yeah, it's called "D Rats Ruin Everything." Why did douchebag liberals have to inject their political opinions into everything? And that's the review.
Okay.
So, first things first. Didn't know we were liberals.
I'd say,
and
not to put words in your mouth, Mike, but I'm pretty much in the middle. I swing in the middle, give or take. I think you do.
Well, I don't really, I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean?
Listen, who goes all the way left, all the way right?
I don't think you can live like that. I mean, dude, you know what? At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck because I still have to get up and go to work.
Exactly.
You know, like...
I always felt like I'm fucked either way. I don't, as a single person, I don't have enough power to do anything.
Well, it's a couple different things. I mean, first, like, how much time do I want to develop? Or I'm sorry, how much time do I want to devote to fucking just being angry about something that is fucking really difficult to change? You know, other people enjoy doing that. Let them do that. There's a lot of people on the fucking planet. I got a lot of weed to smoke. You know,
it is very tough for me to worry about like things that I can't possibly change.
I just don't really fucking care. I mean, things are what they are. Everybody gets all upset, like, oh, this fucking guy's president's gonna ruin the fucking world. You know what? He gets fucking 4 to 8 years, and then we move on to the next fucking asshole.
They need to change the presidency to 6 years.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
That's it. You get 6 years. That's it, though. I feel that's correct.
How about 5 years?
I mean, I can compromise, but the problem is when you do 4 years and then you're worrying about in your third and a half to fourth year to campaign again. It's like you're not really running the country. You're doing something else.
Yeah, then you're worrying about your campaign.
I always felt I'm pretty much in the center. Like there's certain things from the left I like. There's certain things from the right I like. But at the same time, I feel like... So here's the thing. Whoever this fucking person is...
Well, I looked into it. This guy has written multiple reviews.
I saw that. I looked him up too. And he's a fucking moron.
Well, the thing is, dude...
He's not
honestly,
he's not intelligent.
This is the most political we get.
He's not an intelligent person.
Well, neither are we. We're no experts on this matter.
I am no expert on this. But for Cripe's sake, like you just like
Jiminy Crickets.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus kept Christ in Christ. Tapped dice in Christ.
Yeah.
Like, you're not a smart person.
Man.
And I'm tipsy, so
yeah, I can tell. You had some German beers.
I've had German beers. The best beers. Hi. Whoa, what did you just say? Did he just hi Hitler? Whoa. What's going on?
That's not
here?
exactly what it sounded like. It sounded like hi, like you were in Mr. Baseball.
Yes, it did sound like hi, like I was in Mr. Baseball.
Yeah, it wasn't like Heil.
I will.
We're not allowed to make Holocaust jokes on this show ever since the
I will
the
communicate
incident.
that I am 25% German and 75% Irish. So I'm an Nazi Mick.
Okay. Don't worry, we are going to delete all of
and
that.
I believe that everyone should have the right to do anything they want, except murder people and rape people.
Yeah. Not a fan of the rape.
No,
No, you can't be. How can you support the rape after 5 Death Wish movies? How can you support rape? But yeah, so if you're gonna leave us a review for future reference
the episode.
Just say, hey man, I listened to episode 107 and I think you guys are totally wrong and I hate you and you suck and like one guy at least said that like he heard 3-year-olds talk about movies better than we did, and you know what, I was like, all right,
in the first several episodes, I will guarantee there's tons of episodes in the early days that like I don't like, I hate. Hell, there's later ones I don't like that we just didn't. I don't think we were good. Say the episode, because I'll say, listen, man, okay, skip those ones. I'll tell you, it's not. It's not. You know, there's certain episodes that just didn't work out, or it was just early days stuff. But
well, dude, it's not that fucking easy.
It's not. It is not.
Who the fuck? Yeah, I don't know what people think is going on
when
here.
you're just starting. It is not. You know.
Yeah, and for the most part, this is a fucking hobby.
This is not to make any money. This is for ha-has.
Yeah, if I was trying to make money, I wouldn't play fucking audio from every fucking movie.
We're not some YouTube channel. Like,
no, I just figured like let's make the show as fun as possible. We would need
Mike's wife in there, lifting her shirt up to make any damn money, and probably my wife as well.
Well, yeah, these days you gotta you gotta throw them a little something
Get some
extra.
prego porn. Come on. Then we'll go through.
That is huge. That is a multi-million-dollar industry now.
I almost wanted to ask my wife to do take pictures of her feet, because maybe we'll get an extra $100 a week.
How many of those beers did you have?
Oh man, at least.
This is a very different Video Rangers podcast. This is like Video Rangers After Dark.
I gotta say,
we're at
I'm
the
looking
fucking
at
peach
myself
pit
in the
right
corner, and because I'm tight, I'm very tight. Picture.
Yeah,
I look kind of handsome.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm looking at Mike, and he's grainy as fuck.
I'm grainy as fuck. All right, well. You heard it here first, folks. Mike is grainy as fuck, and Chris Ranger is handsome.
So I'm drinking some Wallitzers.
So send your letters to Chris Ranger's house.
So girls, send your letters to Chris Ranger.
Send your letters and your panties to this address. I've got a beard.
We're not just doing.
Too bad the Javitos don't know you like I do, Belloc.
Good thing you don't know them.
You could warn them if only you spoke Javitos.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh my god, man. This is what we do at fucking 12:45 in the morning. But this is what's funny about this is what we would do at 12:45 in the morning in my fucking bedroom.
15 years ago.
15 years ago, watching fucking 80s commercials and game shows. Remember we would sit there and watch that like a game show from like 1981.
That was like the last year.
Yeah. Well, no, because 2011 or 12 we moved in together.
Yeah,
I think.
2010,
somewhere around there. So this is like 2007, dude.
2008, 2009. 2009 might have been the last year.
Yeah.
And then we were living together. And
yeah.
It was different. It was a little different.
Yeah, well, we had the smoke monster. But you know.
Smoke monster.
Oh my god. I don't know where I was going. Oh yeah, so we used to sit around and we would just fucking watch these stupid things, but I don't know what. Yeah, I lost myself. All right, anyway, strike that, reverse it.
I just started watching Cheers for a minute.
Oh yeah, I like Cheers a lot.
I watched the first
man.
episode and the second.
Yeah. It's really good and it's on Netflix.
Yeah, that's what I was watching on.
Yeah. I think it was like 2 years ago I watched the entire series.
It's so obvious. Like how did they not have a bar show? Like it's 1982. So I mean, obviously, like bang, it's still early. Like no one came up with a bar show though, and I guess it was the right time to have a show in a bar.
Like, I think it came. What's interesting is that there had always been well-known bars within a certain show. Well, in All in the Family, he goes on down. He goes on down to the corner to Kelsey's bar.
It's not the yeah.
So no, it's not the same. But what I'm saying is, like, it was always kind of there. So I am surprised that it took that long to get there. Yeah. Where it was like, why don't we just make a show called Well, they did Archie Bunker's Place, but it just wasn't. It's not Cheers.
It's a different temperature.
Yeah, different temperature. Yeah. Celsius, Fahrenheit.
You're going for more, you're just going for a
metric system.
Way different temperatures, right? Though, like there's so many different bar things you can do that are just
hot, cold, lukewarm, all kinds of temps.
They're just bar things, though. Like it's not. Archie Bunker's Place is like one solid thing.
Yeah. What I like about Cheers is the different personalities in the bar.
Pranks.
I mean,
the prank episodes I really like.
Yeah, those are good. I really like when just like Norm walks into the bar and everybody's like, Norm, and then how's it hanging, Norm? And he's always got like some response.
That's like the first episode.
It's a doggy dog world.
Like, I'm not sure if it's definitely the second. I remember I heard it. It might have been the first two though.
Yeah. That show really hits its stride, man.
He
just
says
keep watching.
Norm, and like there's no one in the fucking bar. It's just Coach saying Norm.
No,
it was only Coach.
But it's great. But eventually, it's the whole bar saying Norm when he walks in. It's fucking great. Coach was amazing. Oh man, is Diane show up yet?
Oh, she's in the first episode.
Yeah, she is. What do you think of Diane?
You never like her.
Yeah.
Like, I suppose it's different for like your audience is different in 1982 compared to now. Like I already know like the series and what happens, but
well, what do you think? Do you like her or do you like Kirstie Alley?
I only seen 2 episodes, but like it's funny. She has like the perfect memory, which is in the first episode. So, and then in the second episode, she brings a ton of shit to one table, but it's the wrong table, and she asks them to switch tables. So it's cute. So I mean, I'm very early, and I've seen Cheers before.
Oh, I know you have
episodes, but I've never like watched it from the beginning and try to and I'm gonna try to do that now actually.
It's really it's totally worth it. When I did it, I was like, yeah, man, this is
like one of my
show.
favorite parts was just like there's one episode where he pulls out a binder of what Norm owes.
Yep, his bar tab. They do that a couple times,
and that's just like this is great. It's just funny. Like, and he's a fucking accountant.
Yeah. I know, yeah, and then he wants to be a painter, and there's a lot of really fucking good episodes.
The first episode, they talk about what's the sweatiest movie, and he goes Rocky 2, and she goes, I'm on my wedding night, and talking about the sweatiest movie or something, and then her fiance comes and and he says, "Cool Hand Luke."
Cool Hand McConaughey.
Cool Hand McConaughey.
Cool Hand Luke might be the correct answer, though.
It might be. Jail.
That or any
Jail
Burt Reynolds
is
movie.
Very sweaty, Mike.
Well, it was hard labor.
It's very sweaty.
I imagine noisy.
You burping in the air?
Yeah. Try not to burp into the mic.
I do that too.
Yeah. What a very interesting and different episode of the Video Rangers podcast. I was not expecting this.
Yeah, there's probably some edits.
Yeah, we'll do some stuff, But it's time to say good morning in the afternoon. Watched a couple videos about Superman and why he's a terrible character.
Oh, did you now?
That was kind of interesting. Yeah, I was going to send you a clip today. It was pretty interesting. I didn't really realize that I didn't realize that he didn't exactly start out as overpowered as he is.
He's been written like 8 times.
Yeah, and they just keep adding powers.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, and they kind of like they kind of box themselves into this corner where
that is why there is a Superman versus Goku, Son Goku, and I'm all Son Goku. Do you know who Goku is?
No, I'm trying to figure out if you're just like really drunk or if this is a character.
Goku is Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay, because I'm thinking of fucking Yorku from fucking Summer Rental.
Goku is Japan's Superman. It's give or take. I mean, for the most part, he's probably the most popular character in Japan, and one of them
big hit. Happy body.
Please keep him coming, and probably the most. He's the most. Like I said, the most popular character and most powerful.
He's great,
but he's been written once. They don't go back and write him again and again and again. They take breaks or they just don't write him again. It just ends. Japanese manga, it just kind of just ends. They don't write it like Spider-Man 6 times, and then you got a black guy, and you got a Puerto Rican Spider-Man, and you got Spider-Man from 2099, and you got, it's just one character. No one's written someone 10 times over.
Well, something tells me Jesus was written over in the Bible.
Well,
that's going to get us some hate mail and another nasty
Neo
review.
Is Jesus, right? I don't know.
Neo's Jesus. Fucking Superman, in a way, is Jesus coming to save us.
The Bible and Shakespeare has been repeated, every time. I don't know. The greatest story ever written.
Look at what we are talking about right now.
It's all been written
right?
a million times over. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. No, well, there isn't a story that hasn't been told. There's only so many episodes of a sitcom you can have. Happy Days did them all.
What is it? There's only like 130 episodes of a sitcom you can write.
Before you're repeating yourself.
And it's kind of pretty much. I mean, that's it. Yeah, honestly,
it's some degree, true if you're staying within a formula. Like, unless you're like Seinfeld, where you just figure out how to be the same and different every single week. I don't know how they figured that out.
Funny shit about just everyday things,
just everyday life.
Yeah, I mean,
instead of fucking, this week Ben fucking failed the test.
How many times you fail a test, and then your other son fails the test, and then
you got to hide a grade, and then somebody's got a date and it doesn't go well.
Yeah,
I got to go for my driver's
that was how
test.
things worked for a long time, and it was like, damn, someone's got to break this fucking mold.
Yeah, I mean, it was like after a while, it was like, all right, I'm sick of some dude going to a bank while it's getting robbed. I'm sick of fucking somebody, the night of the big dance, and the fucking date's a little too pushy. But don't worry, she's a big girl, she can handle it, and I need to learn how to trust my daughter. There's only so many times you can go to a fucking pool hall and get yourself mixed in with a fucking con man.
Oh, that's a great episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That's
great.
Fucking Family Matters. You think you're going there, you're playing some guy named Steve, but really his name is Minnesota Fats.
I love how fucking Will, after they walk out and then they win, and Will goes, yeah!
Yeah!
Fronts.
Karate man, bleed on the inside. Yeah! Oh, man. You know what I really wish we can do with the podcast? I wish me and you were allowed to just stream movies with us talking over them. Because I'd love for the audience to hear like what our conversations are like while we're watching like Back to the Future.
And not necessarily that they paid them millions of dollars to do it. They just aren't allowed to do it. Because I've seen them.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be really cool if we can do something like that and not get flagged for fucking some bullshit.
Because I just want to bring this up. Mike was streaming free domain movies on YouTube,
getting
and
copyright
Facebook,
strikes,
and got banned on YouTube.
Yeah, for showing fucking movies that are owned by the general public.
What the fuck, YouTube?
Like, I'm watching, like, Dracula.
How could they do that?
Dude, it's so fucked up. They have a bot system,
and they don't
it doesn't make any sense anymore.
No one cares about it. It just does its thing, and no one cares. So, what channel was it exactly?
This is how bad...
Was it the Video Rangers podcast channel?
It was the Video Rangers podcast channel. I was using it to stream public domain movies to our channel live, and then it would also back up the file and everything. But I basically got kicked off for a week. I couldn't do anything. So like I basically can do this like a couple more times and keep getting strikes before they totally ban me. But I want to figure something else out.
If it's not bannable.
Well, that's actually something interesting happened today. There's a rapper that I follow on Instagram. His name is King Crooked, and he has a YouTube channel, and he interviews other rappers. So a big channel, a much bigger channel than him, used a section of his video in their newsreel or something, and his channel was completely shut down.
He got because the other channel makes way more money.
Because the bigger, exactly.
See,
he just posted it on his Instagram. He's like, I don't know exactly how. Yeah, he has nothing now. He has no channel. That's amazing. Yeah, and he had a really cool show because he was interviewing rappers and he was asking them like real questions, not like fucking. So man, what was it like in the hood?
That's
stupid questions. More like, hey man, what was it like to work with this guy that worked with Michael Jackson or something like that?
That's just amazing.
You know what I mean? Like they don't ask. Did they ever fucking ask Paul McCartney what it was like growing up in the fucking slums of Liverpool? They barely ever ask him that question. But if you're fucking, Jay-Z, what was it like in the Marcy Projects? Oh, man, it was rough, man.
I want to say,
he doesn't really talk like that, but no, he doesn't talk like that at all. I just like every time I like talk like that. I feel like I'm talking like the kid from fucking the Christmas episode of MacGyver. I don't need you or nobody, man.
I'm in a gang. I'm for real.
Oh, that was the camping episode. Oh, I love that camping episode. I want to watch that. What season is that from? Is that from the first season?
where he takes gang members camping and makes brownies.
Yeah.
I
have it on DVD.
I don't think it's the first
and
season.
I'm looking at it.
I would say that's not the first season.
I'm looking at it, but it's far. And my sight isn't what it used to be.
You better get some binoculars.
So
I'd say that's at least the third season show.
All right, I'll tell you what. This is what I'm going to do. From the comfort of my seat here, I'm going to open up my phone and I'm going to zoom in on it.
Fuck. I don't want to get out of my command center.
Fuck.
You got 3
Season
screens.
2.
Season 2. You got two
Season
TVs
2.
and a laptop over there with nothing on them. There should be data coming through them, like you're hacking something.
Well, I can do my research from here, Christopher. So what I have here is a tablet, and I use it for when I'm doing live streams with young Douglas from the Movie Madness podcast. I'm kind of jealous,
man. You've been humping Doug's leg lately.
You don't be jealous. Oh, that's so not true.
And I'm like sitting here. I'm sitting here waiting.
No, you're supposed to be
like I'm on the fucking like I'm on the phone. Like
I know. Like
I'm waiting on hold or something.
Yeah, no. The issue is that with the program that he's using, which is OBS, you kind of have to frame out the 3 screens in like a Photoshop editor or something like that, and I guess it's not that easy to do. I'm actually not doing any of that. Doug's like doing all that stuff. So OBS is like a little bit more customizable, but then you have programs like StreamYard where it's kind of just like, they're doing all the work for you.
I've been listening to the live streams of Doug, and I've been liking them even with you. And did he have Jeremy on tonight? And
Jeremy is one of his co-hosts.
At the same time, I'm like, he goes, "Oh, you can't say that," and I'm like, "Oh, if I'm on there, he's gonna like just neuter me." He's not.
No, that's not true. No, it's that's because. So I was talking to Doug about this.
Is he on the Disney Channel?
If he, no, it's not that. It's just that his show is a clean show and it's listed on iTunes as a clean show. So if he curses on it and then posts it on his,
he wants to go completely clean.
Like well, you know what? You can totally listen to his show while you're at work and you're not gonna hear anything that's gonna get you in trouble. Whereas if somebody listened to our show while they're at work and they didn't have headphones on, they would be fired.
Fair enough. See, I'm under the impression that if you're doing your own radio show, you're just gonna curse. I just thought that was a given. Like, who the fuck would want to curse? And I'm not like going like, I'm not going like certain people who want to be specifically offensive. I'm just saying what's going on. Like things I feel and things I think need to be said. I feel like there's certain people who go way above and beyond to be offensive.
Yeah, it's not like you're Rush Limbaugh.
Well, yeah, I'm not him.
I'm not like Rush Limbaugh. It's from Clerks.
I don't know all your lines, Mike.
Sorry, yes you do. What are you talking about? That's why we're friends.
Why we're friends. I still got a beer in my lunch bag. All right, cool.
In your lunch bag?
I put a cooler. I got my lunch bag and I put a cooler pack in it.
No. Well, welcome to the Video Rangers 5 Beers In edition.
5 beers.
Oh,
my
God.
wife told me, don't come to bed drunk because you'll get up and piss 6 times. So like, I guess I'm sleeping on the couch until I don't have to piss too many times.
That's awesome, dude. So I was walking upstairs, and my wife goes, 3 Rolling Rocks? Really?
Oh, God.
3 Rolling Rocks? She was like, oh, you're going to be awful tomorrow after Rolling Rocks. She hates Rolling Rocks so much because she knows that they go down so smooth that you just have a good time. Everybody take a drink. In the audience, take a drink. And thank you for tuning in to another fantastic episode of the Video Rangers podcast, Going Nowhere edition. Yeah, if you know what, don't ever think that you can learn anything by listening to this podcast. Actually, you can. I strike that. You can learn something. You can learn how not to do this. If you want to become a marketable show, you will not do what we do.
Well, there's a few things they could learn. Yeah, do what I don't do.
Yeah. Do what you do.
See, that's what I hate about shows, though, is that they do exactly what, like, marketing is trying to do. And then when that doesn't work, the show that doesn't do it works. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. You know what I mean?
The anti-hero. Like an anti-hero.
Yeah. Yeah, like sometimes you leave it to Beaver, sometimes you're married with children.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm not...
What did you think? That was off the top of my dome. I don't know how that went.
That kind of works, but it's like...
Yeah,
we're not trying to be a certain thing.
To be good.
I'm just
God.
fucking around with this
guy in the
bald-ass
microphone.
motherfucker in front of me. I could care less where we go because I already know it's nowhere.
No, but you know what? I'd be a liar if I didn't admit, or I don't know. That was a terrible analogy. Anyway,
you can cut
the
that.
podcast has done a couple things for us. It did take us all the way to Providence, Rhode Island for the Rhode Island Comic-Con.
Whoa!
Where we saw somebody propose to their future wife in front of a fucking roller grill.
I think that was my favorite fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Is a fat neckbeard proposed to his fat fiance in front of the fucking hot dog stand next to the bathroom. Like, that was the place.
With one soft pretzel just
that was the
spinning
fucking
around.
place to propose. Not in front of, like, Pee Wee Herman or Captain Kirk. In this shitty ass basketball fucking theater.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing. It was like his plan was, I'm just gonna get in the building. But you're right. Had he just like waited and did it in front of Christopher Lloyd might have taken a picture with them.
Yeah, anybody, like any of these famous people, she must have had one of a favorite movie or character that was at this Comic-Con, not the pretzel stand next to the men's bathroom, because that's where they were. And it's like, listen, you could propose anywhere you want, but it's just like, Christ, dude, like, I know it's Comic-Con, but like, then like propose in front of the Comic-Con, like would be like before you walk into the door. That would have been you know what I mean? Right, that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do something like that, it's at a Comic-Con. Then do it in front of Pee Wee Herman, and then he'll jump in the picture. He'll give you he'll probably it'd be free. You're like, like if she's already down with what you're down with, nerdy ass bullshit, movies, pop culture crap. What's her favorite thing? Go to that Comic-Con. Propose in front of that stupid person. Oh, she likes fucking R. It could have been fucking R2D2. Oh, I'm drunk. Oh man, yeah.
R2D2.
I can't say those words.
Like I guarantee you that their dirty talk is like the coolest shit ever. It's probably like, I can't wait to get into the eye of your Thundera.
But like that's what I'm saying. Like, fucking really. The pretzel stand next to the men's bathroom.
I love you from here to eternity.
And this is what she said. She's like, "Oh, you've been acting weird all day."
I knew something was up when you wouldn't let me hold your precious.
Really happening? Am I punked? Like, what am I on a show? Like, what is this? Like, this can't be real. This is really happening? I couldn't believe this was fucking happening. Like, am I on, like an MTV show? Like the real world?
My God. Oh, man.
It was unbelievable. It was real. It really happened. Is this catfish? What's going on?
I don't know,
but
man.
These people have been married now like 3 or 4 years.
Well, we don't know what happened.
She said yes.
We don't know. Well, yeah, we know she said yes, but I mean, what if she met another elf or something? You know, from one of her fucking her layer fucking
I don't like
games.
To like destroy people, but this guy was like, she was probably a 4. And he was like a 2. She was maybe like
all right, well,
3.5.
Out ratings.
He was a 2. Like it was pretty bad.
All right, so now that we've got the Chris Ranger rating system, what are you gonna rate yourself there?
Oh, well, 5 is average, so I'm a 6.5.
Well, oh, okay. All right, at least you were fucking conservative.
I know where I sit.
I know where I
I'm
sit.
Not, you know. Oh, I'm an 8.5. I don't have any money. I don't have any fucking, like charisma. I got a fucking beard, and I drink too much fucking beer, and I'm like, I'm like 20 years old, but I'm not.
But you have a podcast.
Who the fuck doesn't?
Yeah. Video Rangers Podcast. gmail.com. Send us an email.
Let's talk about the 80s. Well, there's fucking 60 of them that talk about the 80s. Let's talk about this,
Yeah,
like,
I'm actually starting to think that maybe we should...
Who cares? Who the fuck?
I'm actually starting to think that maybe we should transition to the 90s cares? A little bit.
And we do this for fun, but at the end of the day... And I hate that fucking saying, but it works here. Here we fucking are. Shit. Everyone takes a shit. Everyone fucking dies. I'm drunk as fuck. Here we go. Let's talk about stuff.
All right, here we go. Ready.
Let's talk about cool stuff.
Go.
Movies you like. I want to go. I wish I was fucking 15 again. I'm sorry. I wish I was.
If you were 15, what would you be doing at 1:15 a.m.?
I'd be sleeping. You gotta
May
bring a different
evening.
age. If I was 19...
So 15 years old, 1:15 a.m. You're sleeping?
Or playing a video game. I don't even know.
Man, I don't know.
On a Friday?
On a Friday night?
Let's see.
Could be at a sleepover. You don't know.
15... So it was 1996.
Maybe you're at our intern's house. Yeah, you're at the intern's house.
Yeah,
sleepover, playing Mortal Kombat.
You gotta understand, I was a video game kid. My other friends weren't.
Yeah, but everybody had something. Even if they only had Sonic 2.
Sonic 2. Sonic 2 was... I only loved the casino stage.
I just growing up, I just remember a lot of sleepovers that were done usually because of a video game.
Yeah.
Like, I remember going to a birthday party and we played... I think it was the first Mortal Kombat. And it was a big deal because he had a Genesis, so you could see the blood.
I remember that. I remember being at my friend's house and that day and putting the blood code in on Genesis and playing it. Like he got the day it came out.
Yeah. And then as you went through like the Mortal Kombat games from 2 to 3, you started hearing rumors. Like you'd be like, "Man, I wish I knew the sexuality code."
after the second one, which for whatever reason, I don't know if I must have rented it. I had like everyone at my house for Mortal Kombat 2, which I think is the best Mortal Kombat, at least of like that early age. And I had like, I had like 8 people at my house playing it for like 3 hours, 4 hours. And I really like that one. It's way better than the first one.
I don't really even like Mortal Kombat. I always liked Street Fighter.
I'm the same.
But Mortal Kombat was
I like
cool
Street Fighter way better
fatalities.
than Mortal Kombat as well.
Yeah, it's smoother. The fighting's smoother.
Just for that interaction, yeah. Like it was Mortal Kombat 2 is a good game though. The fighting is solid.
Yeah, no, I own it on like 3 different fucking systems. But they that was that whole era of where everybody had to have a 2D fighter. And you had Mortal Kombat and you had Street Fighter and then you had fucking Primal Fear and Clay Fighter.
Primal Rage.
And
Primal
a bunch
Fear
of other
movie.
fucking shit. Primal it's like we were dancing, Marty.
I think I've said the same thing at one point. I said Primal Fear instead of Primal Rage. But yeah, it's the same. Which had like a zillion combos and shit. I remember watching a kid play that we had like 2 or 3 restaurants down the street from our high school, which you could hang out at. I'm sure Mike knows. And Primal Rage was there. And I remember like hanging out there before school started and like just watching some kid do like a 60 combo or some shit like that. And
that was the
other one,
Deli?
the pizzeria that played Jerry Springer.
Okay.
In the mornings too.
Oh yeah, they had the Jerry Springer show, and they also had do you remember when they had the cocktail table?
Yes.
It was a bowling game.
Yeah.
I was really good at that bowling game.
The shooter game at Goldback Deli. And at Tekken.
They had that,
Tekken
and they had
too.
I think they had Tekken. Were you there when they pushed that dude through the glass window?
Yeah, I was there, actually.
It was like 5th period. Yeah, I had off that period too. Yeah. We were like one of the few like schools where like it was perfectly normal to walk down to a corner store, buy a 40, drink it on your lunch break, and go back to school.
Like you had off periods.
Yeah, we had a lot, and we weren't in school, but we left the building. They just let us like walk around in like one of the worst cities in the state, unsupervised.
Why not?
Oh my god! Fuck it, man. It's the best. It's a lost era. But you go there now, you're not going to see one car parked there that's from the 80s. You think? I don't think they drive cars like that anymore.
I work in the Bronx.
It's probably considered unsafe.
70s still.
Well, that's because they want to lose the parking space.
I still.
You like that? A New York City parking joke. So, Chris Ranger, have you been following the Intellivision Amico at all?
No, I don't know what that is.
Well,
no.
Do you remember the Intellivision?
I do, because that was the first system that we owned as a family.
Okay. So, do you ever say to yourself, man, I miss the Intellivision brand, and I wish it would come back?
Does it still have the same controller with the disc with nine buttons like a phone?
What if I told you that the new controller was modeled after the original controller?
And it worked?
Well, it's supposed to work a little better than the original.
I'd say good luck.
Well, the Intellivision Amico is a brand new system from Intellivision. It's obviously not the original Intellivision company, which was, basically Mattel. But it is some of the people that worked on the original Intellivision, along with a bunch of other industry people that have been around for quite some time. And Tommy Tallarico, president of the Intellivision Corporation,
heavily promoting this new system, and it has become quite the topic of controversy within the YouTube community, because there are those that feel that there's plenty of room for a new system and this is a great idea. And then there are those that feel this is the stupidest fucking idea and this guy is fucking a con man and he's trying to convince you that we need to take that he is creating a space that no longer exists within the video game market, even though these experiences can be had on various other systems as long as you're willing to look for them.
That's what I understand. Most of the games that I can remember as a child on the Intellivision could be on the Atari to, many other systems at the time. Like I can remember playing Stampede as a kid. And think of all the other games, like in Adventure. Those games were on Atari and whatever else system. So, what's the difference?
Yeah. So with this particular one, your games are going to range from like $1.99 all the way up to like $9.99.
No, it's not worth it.
Yeah, and the system's going to cost you like $250 to $300 for a.
No.
That's good. That's going to be fun to edit. So the system's going to cost you like $250 to $300, and then
who the fuck
you're
would
getting
buy
like
this?
mobile. You're getting mobile phone quality games, but there is an exclusive game coming to the system, and it is a brand new Earthworm Jim game. So that's your That's your selling. Not your packing game, but that's your system seller. You don't want to play Earthworm Jim?
No.
Why not?
I could care less.
You don't remember the fun that was Earthworm Jim?
And I didn't care about that.
You didn't care about Earthworm Jim?
I didn't care about
playing Toe Jam and Earl?
No, I didn't care about that. I hated that game too.
Alex Kidd?
Nope.
Shinobi?
I had I rented Shinobi Dancer, something like that. I think it was
Shinobi Dancer.
It was. That's not what it was called, but it was something.
Hold me closer, Shinobi Dancer.
It was something Dancer, but with Shinobi, and I beat it in a rental.
You beat it in a rental.
It was probably on easy. I can't remember, but it was a fun game. But yeah,
yeah.
My memory's
the
foggy.
Intellivision. The Intellivision is coming back into the American market as well as European markets. Tommy Tallarico is heavily promoting the system, and it's just become a thing of controversy because the CU podcast hates the thing. They're calling it the next, not quite the Coleco Chameleon, but because they actually do think it's going to come out, it's just going to suck. But while this is going on, the Atari is coming out with a new system, which is quite interesting.
They missed their mark. They should
by about 15, 20 years.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, there was plug and play games 10, 15 years, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They should have came out then, or even 5 years after those came out, with a good Atari with like 25 their best games.
Here's the thing, though. It's just like, this is what I think. First off, I think what Atari really needs to do is just take their old games and kind of update them. They're never going to be $60 games. But you could make really fun $15 games.
That's the problem with the games of that time, is a lot of them are arcade. They're arcade.
They're arcade games. That's what they are.
Can't make those.
You're going for a high score.
Yeah, but no. But like, what I mean is, like, they're remaking arcade games, and those are some of their best sellers. So you can't do those ones. You can only do your originals. You can't do Pac. You can't.
That's
do
what I'm saying.
Pac-Man, and it.
No, but you can do
Adventure.
Like the stuff that Atari did make, Adventure, but just update it for a modern audience.
I'm surprised they haven't even done that.
For just like make it like a $15 game.
Yes,
you can do that without coming out with a whole new system.
Yes, make it.
Who's gonna spend $300 fucking dollars for a new Atari?
Nobody, dude. The NES, the SNES weren't even $100. Why the fuck would I buy an old Atari with old games on it for $100 if the NES and the SNES were $100?
Well, it's also gonna have new games on it too, but it'll have new games on it too, and it's gonna come preloaded with some classic Atari games. But
I have 4 games on my phone right now, and they're all strategy Kingdom Rush games. If you know what Kingdom Rush is, it's a tower defense game. They're better than any Atari game I've ever fucking played in my life, and they're on my fucking
including Yar's Revenge.
Yeah, and they're on my fucking phone, and I've spent hours on them.
It's better than Pitfall.
How many? I'll just say this: how many games on your phone have you spent hours on?
I actually don't really have any games. I have Words with Friends.
And
phone.
And you've played like a game that like drives forward or something like that. I'm sure at some point.
Yeah, but it's been a long time. I really don't put them on my phone anymore.
I have a defense. Yeah. If you've ever played strategy,
Command and Conquer?
Defense, tower defense strategy game, now you have to be into that. Fair enough. I'm not gonna, but Kingdom Rush is the most polished game of that genre you're gonna get, and it's better than any fucking Atari game that's ever come out in this, ever. Like other than even like the fucking the game where you shoot the sprinkler up the beehive. Like from what I can remember, the only games I can remember as a child is like Stampede, and there's the game where the bees come out and you shoot the poison up. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those are the most memorable games I can remember as a child, an adventure. And I got a phone in my game, which cost me like dollars, a dollar a piece. That I've spent hours, 15 hours on each game at least.
I didn't have an Atari. We had a ColecoVision. And we only had Donkey Kong.
I had a television, but all those games at that time had the same games on it. It's not like
actually at the time,
for the most part,
you could buy adapters, and you could buy an adapter at the time and just play your Atari games on a television.
And that's what I'm saying.
Or
there's nothing worth playing.
I think there's stuff worth playing. I just don't think anything that warrants buying an entire system.
That's what I mean.
It's like, what am I gonna do with a gun rack?
But that's what I mean. There's like, you have no more beer, Mike. All right, and you have no more. There's no more games. Right. These games stink for these systems, so there's nothing left to play that I could care about. What are they? Who are they fooling?
Well, they're trying to bring families back into the game.
I'm 39, so who are they fooling? 45-year-olds who don't game anymore and like, oh, I want to play fucking Atari again.
I want to play Pong.
Like,
remember E.T.?
Ugh.
Remember a haunted house?
Dude, they must have got tossed out. I remember having like old television games like in my garage, just sitting there, and I remember like looking at them in like the late 80s and 90s, and like, what the fuck is this? I don't even remember like the art on the little game cartridge looks so much better than what it could have been. Like it was like mythology games, and like the art just looked so cool on it. But it was all garbage except for like maybe 10 or 20 games tops. Like I said, Stampede was a cool game, Adventure, Pitfall, and that's what I can remember off the top of my head. It was mostly just like shit.
Yeah,
even then, I'm like
Donkey
4 or
Kong,
5 years
that's all we
old,
had.
and my dad bought all this shit. So I imagine these games must have been pretty fucking cheap because my dad wasn't gonna go to town and he wasn't buying $50 games. We had at least 40 games. So they were like
but
dirt
you gotta
cheap.
remember,
They had to have been.
but well, your dad probably picked them up after the crash.
It must have been.
You know, because they were giving them away. The games were literally like $4,
45 before we got a Nintendo in like 80.
Because they overproduced.
He must have got them for nothing because we had like 40 fucking cartridges for Intellivision.
There's people that got their first computer because of the video game crash. Like people that bought like a Coleco Atom and got it for like $400, which was like half of what it was going for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
it was. I just find it so funny that everyone picked their poison in video games. So like we had a television, and then like, so bang, 86, 87 comes, and the kid down the street and the kid up the street's got a Nintendo now. And I remember my fucking brother begging my mom to buy a Nintendo. Begging her. And the only game out, I mean, at that point, everyone did, I remember just like, it was Mario Brothers. You know, it was so, I don't know, it was so different from, it was such, it was like, from what I can remember, okay, so think about how Nintendo was, it was such a difference because you had just a platforming game that looked so much better than the fucking Atari or Intellivision.
Well, now you're looking at something where you can actually distinguish what it is.
It wasn't just a you
like, because Adventure aren't you just like a square?
That was a little bit better, but like the other games were just everything just looked so much shittier. It's like every game just had a shitty look to it. And Mario Brothers looks so much better, even better than the other games they had. Like you knew, that's a guy. Those are bricks. That's a fucking tunnel. You know, that's a fucking cloud. That's a sky. That's a some kind of turtle creature. And that's a Goomba. That's, you know, a thumb or something. And I know these things. There's words on the screen. There was no words on the screens, barely, for games. You know?
No,
there was no
a major turning
There
point.
was no words, Mike. There was no words.
No.
That's nothing.
Right
there
now
was
I have
no words on screen, though. Now I think about it, there was no like words telling you a story or telling you as World 1, 1-1, 1-1-2. There was that shit didn't exist. I don't remember words and letters and numbers.
Well, you had at least a scoreboard because you knew like who was winning in a game of Pong.
Even then, I could care less about that shit. That was only for the super elite people. You know, 20-year-old neckbeards in 1986 that could care less about anything in their lives.
They can care less.
I don't know.
I think this is where we're going to have to end this very strange and peculiar episode of the Video Rangers podcast, where they drank a little bit too much, talked about some things that you'll never get to hear. Once again, you can support the Video Rangers podcast by going to iTunes and leaving us a very nice review, telling us everything that you wouldn't say to our face. And until next time, if you've seen a bad movie, we're ready to believe you.